Okay, welcome everyone. We'll start our lesson. Today we'll go through our 5, learning outcome 5. So before starting our lesson 5, first we'll go through and recap what we learned up to now. So we'll discuss what we learned up to now. So we're doing Unit 3, Strategic Human Resource Management. So human resource management is a quite key element in the success or the failure of organization. So it's a big resource in an organization. Every organization needs three type of resources. We normally call three M's: men, money, and material. So manpower is a huge resource which makes success or failure in our organization. So first learning outcome 1, we discuss about understand the role of strategic management of human resource, where we discuss about human resource, what is meant by why human resource is important, how we can, and we discuss some functional areas like marketing, HR, production, those sort of departments we discussed during our lesson 1. Lesson 2, we discussed be able to create human resource plan, where we discuss how we can make a human resource HR planning. We discuss about when we'll prepare the HR planning, job description, recruitment and selection process as well. Lesson 3, we discuss about be able to discuss the role and the legal and ethical issues, where we discuss legal, we discuss various data protection, employment law, discuss redundant, if we'll make people national minimum wage, we discuss about, the contractual agreement, what sort of, the clauses need to be in a contract. So there's a legal, we discuss about ACAS, which is the ethical and the moral rules, which we need in when we'll plan, and those are the legal requirements. And lesson 5, we discuss about strategy. Why is it strategy? How we can make effective HR strategy. We discuss about cultural issues, where we discuss about critically monitor of effectiveness human resource, how we can monitor human resource effectively. We deploy the people as well. So today we'll go through LO5, be able to evaluate the application of the leadership and management theories on organization strategies. So which will go through different management theories and in strategies, and we'll discuss missions, values, active contents. Overall, our discussion is addressing. So please, if you have any question, you can ask. But they put so many different theories, but we are picking, some key theories. Those are crucial to be. But overall, our discussion will cover almost every point. So anybody, any question?
Yeah.
Any question, anyone? No question? Okay, we'll start then. Be able to evaluate the application of leadership. What is the difference between leadership and management? Anybody, any thought? Any difference between leadership and management? So leadership always influence. Leaders always make the new things, and the management always manage the things what we are doing effectively. So manager's job to create a surplus, leader's job to lead the people, give them new thought, new hope. So that's the leader. Leader influence on other people. So managers create an effective environment to achieve our organization objective. Organization strategy is mean the action plan, what really organization will achieve through is actions. So next, 5.1, which will go through critically evaluate the impact of different management and leadership. There are a number of management and leadership scholars who gave the lot of theories. It's very hard to be addressed everyone, but we'll go through the key theory. First is a Frederick Taylor, which he gave the theory in back in 1856, and they used to be studied. So he used to be a bricklayer, used to work in the construction company, and he did his degree in leadership management in evening classes. He gave the theory time and motion study we call theory of scientific management. He mentioned his theory. If you want to be increase the productivity and make your strategy successful, we need to pay the people more in term of the piece rate. If the people will work harder, they should be rewarded harder as well. They should be rewarded more. So thus there was in the key scientific management theory is also known as the father of management. He wrote many books as well. Workers don't naturally enjoy. Okay, welcome. So we workers don't naturally enjoy work and so need a close supervision. He mentioned if you just leave the worker and you use the democratic approach, that won't work. So we need a supervision and control of workers. So to achieve our organization strategy, we need to management technique. We need to be more supervision and control. Therefore, the manager should break down the production into the series of. He also mentioned the chain of command and with the connection between like the bricklayer he was. So he said when you make the chain like passing brick one to other worker, that will help to reduce the time. So he gave the time and motion study. So time and motion, if you reduce the motions with different activity, that will make activity smaller and we can achieve our organization objective effectively. Anybody any question? Work
No.
Worker then paid number of items we produce. So according to F.W. Taylor, he mentioned the people need to pay the piece rate. What do you think? Is there any problem in the piece rate? If we'll pay workers, if you produce more, you will get more salary. What do you think? What is the problem in the piece rate? If we'll pay piece rate to workers, anybody any thought?
Oh, they'll produce more, but the quality may not be may not be that good. Wow, some of them might not be that good because they'll be rushing to produce.
Brilliant. Yes, that's the key problem. So we'll pay the piece rate, productivity will go up when the productivity will increase, but unfortunate the quality of the work will be decreased. So we need to be focused. If our organization strategy to be deliver the quality good and we move from other rate to piece rate, then we need to think about we not can predict with overall our strategy as an organization, our objective as an organization. But through piece rate we can maximize the productivity, we can reduce the cost and we can increase the productivity. So we need to be look around those sides as well. So Taylor methods are widely adopted in business and it's a benefit increasing productivity and lower the cost. That's why the China is purely working on the production. If you produce more, in the economics rule, the cost will be decreased. So that's why it's a huge, discussion there. If the demand will of Chinese product will drop, like due to their new tariff on Chinese product by U.S. America, so that's why it's created slow in economy. Next author is a Henry Ford. He's also in Ford Motors. He all very keen about the first ever production line and making Ford cars. And he started the era of mass production as well. Mass production, you produce more and reduce the cost. So his focus was key mass production. So next, F.W. Taylor also approached the cross-link autocratic management style. Manager take all the decisions. He just focus. Managers will take the control, not giving power to the like lot of discussion need to be how much power we need to delegate to our workers. So we if everything will control ourselves, it lot of discussion in the favor and against. McGregor, one of other authors and the theorist, he mentioned theory X and theory Y. Theory X is approach the workers are viewed as a lazy and wish to be avoid responsibility. So that's why we workers are lazy. They work in their interest. They're not working full productivity. His thought. So, however, the worker sooner came to dislike the Taylor approach, as there is only boring if task and carried out. But now is a better human machine. Firm can be afford to lay off the workers. Productivity levels increase. So we can look around dissatisfied workers to how we can make them satisfied. So theory X was is you need more control, and theory Y is you give the independent, give them and delegate the some sort of powers to the workers. Next author is Elton Mayo. He believed that the workers are not just concerned with the money, because the Taylor was concerned more people will be, if they get more money, they will be more motivated. But the Mayo saying no, concerned with the money, not just concerned with the money, people want money, could be better motivated having a social need. So we need to look around the working environment in a company. If you leave the human being alone and you say you will give the money, so maybe the worker not motivated up to, because they need a social interaction. So that's why at workplace we need to make HR strategy where we mix the people, so people enjoy their work, not their feel. So treating them as a people who have worthwhile opinions, and I think the workers enjoy interacting together. So that's why that was the key focus. And he discussed about the high tone in America, and he discussed about one study, high tone effect. So he discussed about we in a job we have some dissatisfier factor and some satisfier. So the factors those satisfy, like if in an organization better communication between managers and workers. If we have a better communication between workers and managers, that will help to increase the productivity. Greater managers involvement. So if the managers involve with the employees, that will help to increase the level of attention, and they will increase the productivity in the long run as well. Working in a group or the team, he also said worker did not previously regular work in a team, so he focused on more about the team. Henry Ford also said about team coming together is a beginning, keeping together is a progress, and working together is a success. So we need to be look around in effective to achieve our organization strategy. We need to be look around making effective teams in our organization. Anybody any question?
No,
Okay, next we looking. Anybody heard about Maslow?
of course.
He gave the theory Maslow hierarchy of needs. So his key work was about we need to identify the human needs. So human needs, if we're not fulfilling the basic needs, we're not giving them water, we're not giving them break, we're not fulfill their basic needs, we can't really achieve our organization objective. Then he said we need to look around the social needs, we need to look around the stream, like giving them respect people, and we treat the workers need to be treated. Then of course will help increase the productivity. So his theory was more focused on the individual needs. Then next, Horsburgh theory, which is two factors he mentioned as well, motivator and hygiene factor. So motivator factor, those motivate, and demotivate factor we also call hygiene factor. So motivator more concerned about the actual job itself. So we need to look around how we'll provide clear job description, clear structure, providing flexibility, more coordination, clear organization structure. So these are the motivator factor. Demotivator factor can be more centralized thing, more leadership style or the management style. We need to look around more autocratic. So those are the culture of the organization can be motivator factor, so we need to be convert to the motivator factor. So job enlargement, workers being given the greater variety of the tasks to perform, not necessarily more challenging, so should make and more interesting work. So we can, thus we need to be, that can be a motivator factor. Job enrichment, we can involve workers being given the wider range of more complex and interesting tasks, giving them the new tasks. That's why in an organization we need to think about job rotation, like people working in different tasks and different time, the job carry on making the rota regular. So that will help to improve the productivity. Anybody any question?
No.
Okay, so next, contingency model. Also Henry Mondsberg gave us, which we identify the three approaches strategy may be appropriate. He argued that the key variable complexity of the environment, we need to look around the environment where we operate, how much is a complex, rate of the change of environment, so how much the environment is frequently changed. Like think about the technology, think about other micro environment, internal and external environment, and the approaches we need to be changed as well. So Henry Mondsberg uh, gave this model, and it's called contingency model. So this model, organization relatively established environment, rational strategy is possible to uh, due to be we can consistent stable environment where we need to look around the rational model we can use. If we need to be change something, show change low complexity, we need to make sure formulator, implementer, we need to look around how we can formulate. A moderate uncertainty can be high pace of change if we need to be, and we need to be look around speed of adaptability. Sometimes can be people or the workers can't, like if we want to be change new IT system, we need to make sure we give the people a time to be adopt. Show the chain and high complexity where the implementer formats organization operate in. So complex organization, we need to make sure our environment is very established and strategies allow to change, and we can implement effectively. Complex and the fast-paced changing situation, rational strategy is unsuited in the radical approach. So radical approach quickly change, we need to make sure it's very, can be very high complex. High complex, maybe the worker will be demotivated and ultimately will leave the organization, because ultimately retention of staff is very crucial in our organization. Anybody any question? So that's all was 5.1, which we're supposed to discuss. Then we are going through 5.2. 5.2 assessment criteria. 5.2, we need to create a leadership strategy for an organization supporting its missions, values, and objective. What is meant by mission? Mission of a business is overriding goals of a business and the reason for its existence, why we are in the business. A mission provides the strategic perspective for the business and the vision for the future. So mission and a hierarchy of objectives. So aim, why we are in a business. Mission, why, what really we want to do in a business, what we want to be achieved. So corporate objective, how we'll do and achieve. Objective mean the end result. Functional is a departmental objective, then the business unit as a departmental objective, or the individual target we can set in our organization to achieve. So thus the leadership make the strategy to be achieved, our mission and objective. Okay. Objective are statement of specific outcome are to be viewed. Mission, the overall purpose of the business. What is a vision then? The is overall aspirations of the business, where we want to see ourselves in 5 years, where we want to see our business in next 5 years. So that's our vision. We need to look around. Aims are the goal, general statement of what the business intend to achieve. Like we want to maximize our profit, we want to minimize our cost. Objective can be more specific. Next 12 months, next 3 months, we want to be increased 5% market share, 2% we want to improve the staff satisfaction level. So all these can be our objective, and the end of activity, end of the quarter, we can look around our objective we achieved or not. Okay, then also Mondsberg defined the mission. It described the organization basic function in society in terms of the produce and the services its product, its customer. Is the clear business mission should be each of the following. Purpose, why the business exists. Values, what management believe. If the management believes it represents the value, we are a team, we consider, we not discriminate. All these are the values. We treat the people need to be treated. So we can set the values. Standard behaviors. Of course, we need to be set the standard behavior, the rule, the guide, how the business will operate, compliance procedures, strategy scope, what the business and how will be operate. Strategy mean the action plan, how will implement it. So the purpose, we need to, why the businesses exist. Is it create the wealth for the shareholders? Do it exist to satisfy the needs of all stakeholders? What is meant by stakeholders? Anybody any thought about stakeholders?
Well, anybody who have interest in the business is a stakeholder. Anybody who have interest in the business.
Brilliant, well done. Anybody who has any interest in the business is called stakeholder. The shareholders mean the investor in the business. Shareholders also are the stakeholder, but not all stakeholders are the shareholders. So because all stakeholders don't have an investment in the company, we can't call them shareholders. So strategies and the strategic choices, the mission statement provide the commercial logic for the business. The product and the services which we provide, those are the competitive position provide in a business. Competencies through which we try to be succeed. We need to be look around. We discuss about competencies and capabilities. So capabilities, if you pass your driving test, you're capable, but the competencies mean you have experience, and you reduce the time and the cost, and ultimately if you're competent you can give the more productivity. So that's why the organization nowadays looking more experience instead of. So always nowadays we have a competency based interviews in our organization. Please guys, when you if you apply the jobs anywhere else, so always good to be watch is called the interview method, star method of interview, which is based on the competencies. Star stand for what is the situation, what was the task, what action, what result. Always employer ask you these questions. Give us example from your past experience. Give what in which task you involved, what action you took, what result were, what you achieved. So in our organization, next our point is the policies and standard behavior. A mission need to be translated into everyday action. So we're not supposed to contradict with the, or we saying outstanding customer service. If we want to be outstanding customer service, we need outstanding recruitment, outstanding training. Are so we supposed to be, so because if we want outstanding customer service, only we can if we have a good outstanding staff and they are well aware of, they well trained. Value and culture. So value of the business are the basic norms, the way we do. So if we want outstanding, we need to develop the values. We develop organization. We not discriminate. We should be treated equally. We should be provide a respectable environment and culture within our organization that will help to achieve our mission. Any question?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, next we need to be, if you want to be achieve the strategies or the organization objective, we need to set the organization structure right. So structure can be functional structure is a common, different types of structure is a common in our organization. I have outgrown entrepreneurial structure is now organized the business on the functionally basis. So we need to look around like a board of directors. Then we have a marketing department is a function, production department, finance department, and personnel department. So we can recruit the departmental managers. Not everything keep the director. So that will help. This is called the functional structure. Then divisional structure, we can make some organization structure according to the product line. Divisions are the department. They are headed by the general managers who enjoy responsibility, their own resources. So that's the divisional. And then under division, I have a different functions. So that's the type of organization structure we can set as well, have own advantages and disadvantages as well. Next, anybody heard about matrix organization? So metric organization mean like a construction company, they have a different project, but the departmental as a organization structure will stay the same, but the project will carry on changing. So metric structure aim to combine the benefit of decentralization with those coordinations, achieve the economies and the synergy. So synergy mean to achieve surplus. So when we working in a team, so we'll say in a management 2 plus 2 makes 5, not 4. So we work in a way we'll use less resources and we'll give the more productivity. So this is the structure is called metric structure. In this diagram, in this picture, senior management functional structure. Then we have a production department, sales department, finance department, and research and development. Then we maybe have a different project, project A, project B, project C, or we can say production manager A can be goes all the way. Production manager B and the production different product we have, that's a project. And but the production department itself stay the same, sales department stay the same, but the product carry on changing. Maybe this production manager can move to the 2 and 3, like a construction company, project A finish, project B start, and project C. So we need to look around those things, which those are carry on happening in a metric organization. Thus is a quite overall structure stay the same, but the project will start and finish. So next we're looking the tall and the flat structure. So tall structure, some definition. We can look around this defined as a line of authority where can be traced up and down the chain of command related to the number of management levels within our organization. Lot of discussion can be flat structure and the tall structure. Flat is few layers in our organization, few management not delegate power to the low level, so that's more centralized. The tall structure where we have a many layers, many managers in our organization. So all is a benefit, but we have many, maybe is a difficult to communicate, maybe difficult to involve. That's why we need to always is a balance, the management structure need to be and regular review, because ultimately our objective to achieve, no one is perfect this structure, but we need to look around keeping in view of our strategies, our mission as an organization, what we want to be achieved. So centralized decentralization. So when we want to be centralized, senior management free to concentrate on strategies, better local decisions due to the local expertise manager have, better motivation due to the increased training and career path, quicker response and flexibility if we have a centralized. When we have a decentralized, we may be loss of control by the senior management because we're giving lot of junior, they are this low level worker, they can look around. Dysfunction decision can be because maybe everyone making different decision, poor decision may inexperienced managers can be, training costs can be very high, duplication of the roles within our organization and extra costs. So these are all the problem of centralized have advantage, decentralized can be some advantages and some disadvantages. Anybody any question?
No.
Okay, next we're looking 5.3. 5.3 is monitoring and evaluate the leadership strategies that support organization mission, vision, values, and objectives. So, according to the one great scholar, Peter Drucker, he mentioned his book of management is known as the Guru of Management, and he said failure of any organization is a failure of managers. Success of any organization is a success of managers. So that's why the managers makes and breaks organization. So he concluded the mission statement should address 4 fundamental questions. What is our business? what business we are in, what will be business, what will our business be, and what valued by the customer will get through our business, what should our business be. So all these fundamental questions we need to ask when we'll set the mission, and we need to monitor it, we are providing it. So human resource, earlier we said, when we HR, we are discussing the design, implementation, and maintenance of strategies to manage people for optimum business performance. So business performance, we need to look around in terms of the time, in terms of the cost, in terms of the quality. So only is possible if we have a regular monitoring and control in place. If we don't have a monitoring and control in place, so like the providing training, the regular appraisal, yes, so giving feedback, listening staff voices. So hard versus soft. Anybody heard about hard and soft HRM approach? So it's quite popular approach. Treated implies simply as a resource of the business. So you're not treating softly, you're treating hardly. So strong link with the corporate business planning. What resource to do we need? How do we get them, and how much will they cost? So we'll focus more on the cost. Soft side, treat implies as the most important resource. So we giving less important to money and material or asset, other asset in our organization. We giving more emphasis to human being, because that is very, so that's why it's quite crucial. Those organizations want to be achieve the competitive advantage, so we need to be develop on the human development. Like last, that's why I mentioned a few lessons as well. Nokia, very few people have a Nokia because the human uh, like in the past, CEO of Nokia cut the cost and focus on the cutting the jobs and cutting the training costs. So training costs, ultimately people were not trained, they not managed to be launched new innovative product. Ultimately Apple and Samsung and various other smartphone manufacturers, they get the market shares compared to the Nokia. So we need to look around what cost. So soft approach, employees are treated as an individual and they need to be planned accordingly, and we put the central in the. So hard focus on the identify the workforce needs, the business, and recruit the manage accordingly, hiring, moving, and firing people. Short term, the change in the employees number, recruitment, and redundancy. Minimum communication from the top down. Pay enough to recruit and retain enough staff. Little empowerment. We're not delegating when we have a hard the approach. And the appraisal system focuses on the making judgment good and bad about the employees. Taller organization structure and more autocratic leadership style. In So when we have a soft approach, concentrate on the needs of the employee, their role and reward, and the motivation. Strategic focus in the long-term workforce planning. Strong and regular two-ways communication. We listen them. We communicate with them, but we listen them what they are saying, what their voices are. So that's why the low level implies representation. We need to be in the board of governance. A lot of discussion going around competitive pay structure. We need to be suitable performance and related reward, profit shares, and the share option. Like in our organization, employees are getting shares. It means they feel they are owner in the company. Employees are empowered and encouraged to see the delegation and task responsibility. Appraisal system focus on identifying and addressing the training and other employee development needs. Is a flat organization structure and so democratic leadership style here. Anybody, any thought, any question? Any question? We all okay? Okay, so next we're looking, whenever we're looking the monitoring and control in place in our organization, we'll use the balance scorecard. Balance scorecard is approached by develop Kaplan or Norton. So we is look around the balance scorecard. We need to be look around not in term of the just in a financial side, we need to look around the non-financial side as well. So we need to be balanced. So balanced scorecard is all about its four perspective. We're looking at the organization, we're looking at financial perspective, we look the cost perspective, we look the profit maximization perspective, and the customer, we're looking the customer satisfaction perspective. We're looking the organization capacity. It means that we need to increase the capacity, how we can and improve and use the full capacity, and internal processes where the training and development we looking more, we improve those. So that's the V and N strategies. So it can be linked to, so we need to be look around our missions, values, not contradict. So we need a balanced approach between all. Okay, then management guru Peter Drucker identified the five key tasks managers involve. So to make and monitoring and achieving organization objective effectively, setting objective and planning. So we need to set the SMART objective: specific, measurable, achievable, and realistic. We need a organization, organizing a group. We need to be organizing the team, motivating and communicating. We need to make sure how we'll motivate and reward them. So I will communicate people regular and measuring the performance. We need to regular measure the performance, how we can measure like per person. We need to look around what output they are giving, how many people sick, how much is the output they generate, and the productivity. Developing people, we need to regular training. We need to be develop people. We need to involve them. Then we have other authors gave the alternative perspective with the role of management provided by Henry Fowler. He's saying, the manager's role in the five main tasks: planning, organizing, commanding, coordinating, and controlling. No doubt, managers all do these. Managers plan, managers organize, managers coordinate, and managers control. So if we have a control, mean the corrective action, monitoring, and control. So like a reporting, like a return, like a monthly meeting, like a training, like attendance. So these are all, help to be controlled. So there is a clearly some overlap between the views of Drucker and so they're looking the performance organizing group. Here we're looking the planning side more, so in which the managers and the businesses engage in one or the more key tasks, influence how the senior management and their businesses are in. So we always need to be look around as a organization, mission, and objective. So that's all today. Anybody, any question?
That's okay.
So today lesson we discuss about organization structures, we discuss about different management theories, those we can use, we discuss about the strategies, missions, values, and objective. So that is our LO5. So we discuss about LO5. So let's can we quick look assignment brief which we supposed to do. So please, you have assignment brief should be. So let's go through. If you click here, that's your assignment brief. It's all assessment. So we need to look around. We've been given the scenario. We've been discussed the organization structure and the task one. As long time this the reference to this case study. Prepare a sales pitch in which you should explain the importance of strategic human resource and how you could add the value. In particular, so you can discuss, the HR and how we can add the values. Explain the roles you could play in our organization role, and of course, human being can play the key role. That's why maybe if you want to discuss about hard and soft, so we need to be look around the soft side. That a human being is a key asset. So analyze the factors that should consider before HR planning. We discuss about internal, external environment. We need to look around. So HR planning factors. So please, we need to look around the mission and the value of organization. Determine some very HR requirement organization considering the new contract. So we need to be look around the job description. We need to look around the job advertising. We need to look around the legal side as well. So please, we need to be one PowerPoint, lectures, feedback form, and MP3 recording if applicable. Okay, so that's we need a sale pitch, yes. On all these we need to record. Basically write, we can record as well, but you can write or you can record as a recording. Anybody any question?
No.
Okay, then next task is we need to look around. This is also based on the scenario human resource plan. So we did one lesson on human resource plan. Plan is where we are, where we want to, what we want to be achieved in a HR planning that not contradict with overall plan. Concerning important HR policy, yes, you can look around or you can prepare the HR policies based on various legislations. So please, that's the policies document, which is we discuss in our lesson as well. Some policies, so you can embed. If you need any help, so please ask me. I can send you some stuff on it. So next is write a report, and the reference to one or more organization of your choice. Examine the importance of different management and leadership theories. So theories we discuss about Taylor, we discuss about Henry Fowler, we discuss about uh, Peter Drucker. So please, these theories you can look around. You can look around effective HR that need to be linked with the leadership and management approaches. We need a more organization, missions, and values. We discuss in the light finding leadership strategies, different leadership style. You can look around as well, autocratic, democratic. Create HR strategies, which we already did one lesson, how we can, of course, internal, external environment, HR strategies, how demand and supply we can look around, how much staff we require in future, keeping in view of the needs, how we develop internally and externally, explain monitoring and evaluate. Of course, monitoring and control is very important in our organization. We need a balanced approach, which we discuss about the balanced scorecard as well. So that's all about your task 1, 2, and 3. If any questions, so feel free, drop me email, I'll get back to you. And if you need any sample assignment on these, I will try to find as well for you and I can send you. Okay. So please, if you have any question, you can drop me email, I'll get back to you, and hope so we'll see you and we'll talk with you next week with the new lesson, with the new modules which we are going to pick. Anybody any question?
Well, I'm